What's up, guys? This video going to be looking at the top 3 stocks that are breaking out to the upside. We're going to be looking at if there's a potential to get involved on the dips in these specific companies. I also going to be going over another company that is going to be merging in the third quarter of 2020. I'm going to go in detail about this specific company. I'm also going to be talking about if Workhorse stock is a pump and dump penny stock. There's been a lot of speculation about if this company, if it's legit or not. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm also going to be doing a stock market recap and what are the important reports that we need to pay attention for tomorrow that could affect the stock market significantly, guys. So I'm going to be going over all this information coming up. Now let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so what you're currently looking at is going to be the Hyliion new truck that is going to be coming out in next 2021. They're going to be shipping this truck. This is going to be different than the current hybrid truck that they have. The name of this truck is called the Hyliion Hypertruck ERX. Now this is going to be a truck that does not require a diesel engine. And how it's going to run is there's going to be a generator that's going to be inside the truck. So if when you run out of battery while you're driving it, the generator is going to kick itself on and then it's going to charge the batteries. And the generator is going to run with natural gas, so how are you going to get the natural gas? They don't have to build new infrastructure. Just like Nikola, there's a lot of natural gas where you can just pump it and then fill the gas and be able to kind of fuel your generator by using that. So that is a great opportunity. So it definitely is one of the trucks that I think there's a lot of higher potential for the future. So this is going to be start shipping in 2021. And it's definitely going to be on the market for 2022. So keep an eye on this stock. But today, Hyliion stock actually pulled back 13.82%. So that is kind of, when you look at the percentage, it actually looks kind of higher. However, the stock has been going to the upside. I've been getting a lot of question about how is it a good time to buy it? Is it too late to get involved in the stock? So I created a scenario for you guys just to show you what the stock can potentially do. When you can see over here, it's currently trading at $27.44. So the merger is probably going to be completed at September 2020. So the stock have a lot of room till that date. So it can definitely go to the downside, go to the upside, pull back, go to the upside, and eventually there's high probability that we think that stock is going to go to the upside significantly, just like the Nikola merger that just happened. So the scenario is, if you're a person that kind of bought it over here, you're actually having a very good solid position, to even take profits right now. But the important thing is, at this current moment, there is no good specific price point to get involved in the stock. So the ideal solution to do is, let's say that you want to buy 100 shares of this stock. You want to use the strategy that a lot of people call scaling in and scaling out of a position. So what you want to do is scale into the position. So let's say you have 100, you want to buy 100 shares of a stock. So and then you just want to buy it like right now. So what you want to do is you just start building your position on when the stock goes down, when it dips down. So right now it dips down. So since you want to buy 100 shares, you can buy 10 shares, So the next day, if it dips down, you add another 10 shares, So, and then when it goes up, you just leave it. When it dips, you add another 10 share, So it goes up 10 share. When it dips, you add another share. So it's just basically scaling into a position depending upon how many shares that you want to buy. And then eventually you're going to end up with a very solid average price. And then when that specific breakout happens or the anticipated merger happens, if you want to hold it through that time, and if the stock moves like significantly to the upside, then you can have a plan like when you're going to take your profit, when you're going to lock in your profit. If you are in it for the long term too, this strategy definitely works out, and you can just scale out of your position if you want to also sell it out after it breaks out. So what you do is you basically you don't sell your shares when it dips, but you sell it when it spikes, So when it has like a moves to the upside, let's say in September it goes to $42, if you want to get out of your shares completely, you can sell 100% of it, at the same time. But if you want, you can just scale out of the shares that you have. Let's say you have 100 shares, so you can sell when it spikes like 50 shares, and then you sell 10 shares the second day if it continues to go to the upside. Like, you can scale out of your position. So this is a great strategy that people use. You can scale in and out of the position if you want to trade it for the long term, and if you want to hold it for the long term, and also be able to trade it on the short term too. So right now, the dangerous thing to do right now is just to just get involved like 100% of your capital in one price point. You can get really chopped out because the stock moves 10-20% each day, so it's really kind of you know risky when you actually put all of your position at the same time. So just make sure you be really careful because the stock just goes up and down a lot. So if you're up right now, we were talking about this company when it was around over here, so you definitely, people actually took a lot of profits. And the other important thing, as you can see over here, the people that kind of sold today too was kind of lower. As you can see, the volume, it's only 11.42 million shares traded today. So the people that actually got out of this company is that took profits. So it looks like people actually just took profits, but the people that got involved in it, as you can see in this specific day, we got 30 million shares bought and sold. You got 37 million the second day. Now it's like 11 million shares traded today. So that is how you do it, but this is how you plan it. But now let's look at the other stock that we talked about yesterday, which is ticker symbol WKHS, which is Workhorse. Now this company, people are speculating that if it's the penny stock, then it's a penny stock pump and dump. So the main thing that you want to look out for to identify exactly if the stock can be manipulated or it can be a pump and dump is you go to the share outstanding to see if it's a low, if it's super low. So right now it's currently at 55.45 million shares. So it kind of fits the criteria of a pump and dump. So how pump and dump works is like they buy the majority of the shares and they announce news and things like that and hype up the stock, and then they sell out and then they just dump their stocks and the stock eventually crashes to the downside. So that is how pump and dump works. So this specific company, people are speculating because it went up to the upside really quick. It was like $4 a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. It was below $5. That's what you consider a penny stock. So right now it's currently trading at $17.39. It added an extra 19.85% from yesterday that we were talking about it. So people are speculating that, but I do not believe that this stock is a pump and dump, because one of the main news that came out today was also that they secured a $70 million investment. So this is legitimately investment, so that's why the stock actually surged another 19% because of this positive news. And I also covered on yesterday's videos that there is a potential deal, a potential contract that this company has. So if they secure that deal too, it will eventually going to go to the upside. And also this $70 million investment that they got is basically going to be notes that could be convertible to common stock at $90 a share, a level roughly 35% above where the shares closed on Monday, guys. So there's, as you can see over here, this is telling you that the stock can eventually go to $19 because of this deal, guys. So right now the company's trading at $17.39. So eventually it hit like $20. So eventually, like in the near future, like in the next few weeks or something like that, if it pulls back, it can still continue to go above $19. So add a few percentage to the upside. So, but this stock, it's just going to be like buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event happening. But just really be careful and have a plan, because the stock is also moving significantly 10-20% at a time. And when these stocks do that, the pullback can also be dramatic and it can be super nasty. So also the other stock that we talked about yesterday was GNOG Stock. And GNOG Stock actually added another 6.78% to the upside. So that was good. But one of the things I wanted to mention about this stock is they actually offered 72 million shares of common stock. So they diluted the shares a few weeks ago. So they keep adding shares, and they're raising capital. So that is one of the things that you want to keep in mind when you're actually investing in this company for the long run. If you want to invest to hold for the long run, this company just keeps diluting the shares, and they just keep increasing the shares. So when they do that, the value of your shares is gonna be down drastically, because they keep pumping in new shares every time they want to raise money. So be really careful with this company, guys. But today it added an extra 6.78%. Now let's look at another company that is going to be merging pretty soon in Q3 2020. Now this is a stock that's going to have a potential to go to the upside pretty good, guys. It's called Golden Nugget. This is an online casino. Let me just give you a quick brief of what this company is all about. It started operations in New Jersey in Q4 2013, and it became profitable in 2016, and it's the first online gaming company to launch live dealer in the United States. and it actually won Industry Awards as top operator 3 years in a row. First to launch live casino floor in the United States. Net income of over $11 million in 2019. So this is pretty good resume. So the other company that kind of was similar that did a merger and actually went public was DraftKings. As you can see over here, this stock went on a tear for a few weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks. It just going to the upside, eventually topped out at around $45, and now it's kind of pulling back. But as you can see over here, it was around $15. It was around below. It was around like $10, $15, and it just went on a blast. It doubled like 100% to $30 above that price point. So keep an eye, because this company is actually not profitable. When you look at Golden Nugget, that company is actually profitable, and it's currently the ticker that is trading right now is going to be LCA. So this is going to be converted to GNOG, Golden Nugget, once the merger is complete. The merger is going to be complete in the Q3 2020, so they're going to be announcing that pretty soon. So when's going to be the date and things like that. So you can do a lot of more research about this company, but keep an eye on it. As you can see, the share outstanding is 31.63 million, but the share available is only 1.45 million available. So this is very, very light flow, so it can definitely move to the upside too, and also drag to the downside. So this is one of the stocks that you need to keep an eye if you guys want to get involved in it, and also do a lot more research on this niche of online gaming, so online casinos and things like that. Now let's move on to the stock market and what is the important news that we need to keep an eye on for tomorrow. As you can see over here, we have a pretty solid green day. We got Microsoft, Google, Facebook that bounced significantly to the upside. It had a boycott of companies just pulling their ads. Now it kind of bounced back again, 2.91%. Amazon bouncing back to the upside. It had a pullback 2 days ago. You got Apple, which is close to its all-time highs, maybe probably past the all-time highs. And Tesla stock, guys, it was actually on a tear. It made a new all-time highs. And the only sector that was kind of pulling back was the aerospace and defense, which is basically due to Boeing stock going down minus 5.75%. And you can't blame this sector for going down, because Boeing was always going to the upside a lot. Like yesterday, it was just going. Now today, you've kind of pulled back. So kind of dragged the entire sector. And, the other sectors, actually did super very well. Even the energy sector was kind of up. And, we got all these major sectors, financials being up. And we got all of these sectors are green. So that is fantastic. So another important report, that we talked about yesterday that was positive was that the consumer confidence index was actually very well for June. So the actual was 98.1, so it was significantly higher because the forecast was 90.8. So that was a fantastic thing that we saw today. But also we also had, the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell and the Treasury Secretary Stephen actually made a warning about how the economy is, and when they actually testified in front of Congress, so that actually did not affect the market that much, but the market overall had a very solid, fantastic day. But what is the important thing that we need to be looking for tomorrow report? So tomorrow at 8:15 a.m. is going to be the ADP employment report. So the previous one was minus 2.76 million. So this is going to be for the period of June. And at 9:45, we got the manufacturing index. The previous one was minus 49.6, and this is also for the period of June. And we got a 10 a.m. ISM manufacturing index. The previous one was 43.1%, and the medium forecast is 50.2%, and this is also for the period of June. And at 10 a.m. we got construction spending. The previous one was minus 2.9%, and the medium forecast is 0.7%, and this is going to be for the period of May. And at 2 p.m. we got FOMC, and we got the motor vehicle sales. We don't have the specific time for this, but the previous one was 12.2 million, and the forecast is going to be 13 million, and this is going to be for the period of June. So this is important for of course, the sector where we are currently is really hot right now, the electric sector. You have the motor, because the sales really matter for this vehicle, guys. So keep an eye on this specific time and reports. They can definitely affect the stock market either to the upside or to the downside. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. If you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. But I'll catch you guys on the next video tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.